Level 86. Return to the Crystarium. Rahatia has something he wishes to give you. Take this, my spirit vessel. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower systems in the umbilicus. Oh yeah, we did that in one of the patch content. If even the smallest fragment of Validibus' essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to the umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the Ascensor Gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I am living my life to the fullest, that I am happy, hardships and all. Well, we had best be on our respective ways. God's willing, we will see each other again ere long. Go to the first. Billy, you are returned. Have you been well, you and the others? As well as can be. We've no shortage of troubles, but we're well enough. Things are much the same for you as they were here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself. He said this to you? These exact words? Oh, to know that he is happy, it fills my heart with joy. Thank you for taking care of him. When next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself, futile a request though it is. Tell him that all is well here. Peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our Lord. No one could. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say there have been. Curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. She and other Crystarium youths just hosted a festival, you see. It proved so popular that there are already plans for another celebration, one much bigger than the first. Between her preparations for the festival and the restoration of the empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well, I shall fetch the key at once and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say? I will be along as soon as I can. Nope, that's not right. Cabinet of Curiosity. Here we go. Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registration. Wait for Lena. Yes. My old eyes deceive? Is that truly Zilly? Ah, it is. Full glad am I to see you hale and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise it is to have you back with us, and at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's return. This project we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours would be the one to crown them all. I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds. There's no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you could indulge me just for one for now. Your quest to restore the night, you faced many a formidable foe. Among them, who offered you the greatest struggle? Tanya, driven mad by light and loneliness, Valtteri and his misguided self-righteousness, Hades, who bore the burden of his people. This may come as a surprise, but... Truly, I never would have guessed, but then if I could, I suppose I wouldn't have had to ask. It's a tremendously eye-opening answer, and we will see that your account of this battle features prominently in the tome. I know you'd love to talk her ear off, Morin. I wanted to say moron. But we really should be on our way. Those documents from Yulmore won't collect themselves. Of course. And afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treatise. Till next time, then, do tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend in particular, remind him not to overexert himself, again and again till his ears fall off, if that's what it takes for him to take it to the heart. Gasp, is that the Warrior of Darkness? It's her, it's really her. What are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. Best not, Ricky. You'd only give her a stomachache. We've come to see Morin to get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first we need to choose a fighting style. While I know that I want to be a mage, Arkell isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing, so I was thinking of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow. They all seem right, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask more, and he knows about lots of things. He isn't here? Aw. Ooh, why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? What do you think suits Arkell best, axe, sword, or bow? For smiting your opponents, the axe. For protecting your friends, the sword. For fighting and hunting both, the bow. Well, this is Ardbert's world. We'll go with the axe. The axe. If you took up the axe, you could be just like Ardbert, the Warrior of Light. I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. Really popular, though. I hope it's still there. Thanks for helping me decide, Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that style and maybe try something else later on. When I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you. Such fun she's been having basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings, but does she spare a thought for me? Of course not. I waited and waited and waited as if they all, but she won't so much as acknowledge the presence of her beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing our sapling is, cold and cruel and heartless. Yeah. Fayol, need you? Oh, faithful Fayol, loveliest of branches, how I have missed you. Do you have more important things to do, your majesty? I have no end of important tasks to attend to, but unlike some, I know what my priorities should be, and since we did my sapling become twisted old tree that says such unkind things. But disappointed as I am, I'll overlook it this once. I know you have a lot on your mind right now. So my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it? Yeah, how do I know this? Joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. Would that I could aid you in your quest, but the fate that we Fey folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. Most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. If escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. Ah, but here are the ones you were waiting for. I wonder what manner of conclusion awaits a tale's end. There they go. My apologies for the delay. It's so wonderful to see you again. You doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure. I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I had this feeling like a pit in my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that. I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Heidelin, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, a connection to something immense. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant and close, then distant again. Then the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open a window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze like during the star shower. No, she had an echo. Then I blinked and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of a half-remembered dream. What are you not telling me? I have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. It wasn't my imagination then. The doom we witnessed in Elmarat has come again. Can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the First. So don't worry about us. Please, look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. The final days reach us here as well. You may be assured we won't go quietly. No, we'll hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky. Well, 86, return to the Crystarium. Complete. Level 86, Hope Upon a Flower. Green wears a look of steely resolve. You're headed to the Umbilicus to consult with the Litobus, right? I'll do some consulting of my own and speak with Lena, decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now, but we'll see each other again, I'm certain of it. Ah, Mr. Zilly, welcome back. Captain has told me all. Give the word and I will show you to the ocular. Proceed to the ocular, yes.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business. Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity.
Voice activated.
Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream. You. Why have you awakened me? I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all.
It was Fandango.
So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Thank you.
I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place.
Is that where we're going next?
A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the Convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes. That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis.
Have we been already?
No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more to go on than that.
My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief.
I'm traveling.
Glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days.
Paradoxes.
You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come. In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey? Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act. You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic. The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open, Return at once to the ocular. All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence.
Is this gonna die?
Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go and do not look back. Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us. May you have the joy of it, the burden and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.
Peace. Peace. The device is reminiscent of an etherite. Perhaps it is possible to attune with it. Despite attempting to channel and focus your energies, you fail to attune with the device. You can only assume it operates differently. Transcending the boundary between existence and nihility. You are incorporeal. Guide like man. Man stands dutifully by the etherite-like device, a guide for this facility in all likelihood. You attempt to get the man's attention, but if he sees or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. Litibus warned, it appears your form is intangible. Person, woman. This is the right place, yes? Propalion? Judging by the woman's words, this facility is called Propylion. You attempt to gently prod the woman to attract her attention, but feel nothing, and it seems neither does she. Black-robed man. Remarkably large man wears a black robe and half a mask, much like the phantoms you encountered in Mare Lamentorum and the recreated Amaral. It would seem you have made it to your destination. You gesticulate wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but the man does not so much as glance in your general direction. Door. I suspect this door leads outside, but how to open it?
And here we are, Elpis. Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor?
Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
So,
Satisfied?
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
By the by, you see it too, yes?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
That's odd. It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's. Do you suppose she created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's her spitting image. So let's leave it be. Come now.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words. Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
Who do you take me for?
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded?
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant. You may open your eyes.
Oh, you even adjusted its size.
The better to indulge your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
We're bigger now?
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings! I am Hythlodaeus, Chief of the Bureau of the Architect.
Oh, it's him.
Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14.
Yeah, I figured that.
And how might we address you, my new friend? A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words. So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here. You do not know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question then. What brings you here?
Seek a man named Hermes. Want to learn about Elpis?
Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If she truly wished to be here, then she would be.
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend. And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree? Besides, having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here. Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge, Elpis.
World Unsundered. Elpis.
presence.
That idling. Axolotls.
Hermes! Visitors! We have visitors!
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
This is hardly my first time here, but the scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why, it feels as if you could reach out and touch the heaven. Now then, to begin our guided tour, perhaps you already know these things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I shall start with the basics. Using concepts to give shape to ether, creation magics allow us to bring forth anything we desire, be it inanimate objects or living beings. Anyone may conceive of concepts, but they must all undergo evaluation at the Bureau of the Architect. Part of the process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to help us for in-depth observation and study. Fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say you will enjoy touring it with us. 86, Hope Upon a Flower, complete. Okay, so that Aetherite's not attunable, but it looks like there are attunable ones here. 3 of them. Okay. Level 86, Petaluda Hunt. Ithlodius is looking you up and down. Now then, our friend Hermes, aside from overseeing the facility, also conducts his own research. Chances are he will be at the main observation hub, so let us seek him out there first. Tired as you are, however, you stand out a little too much. Our dear MSQ wishes to keep a low profile for his errands, so... Do you know how to make a robe? The basic concept will do. No, in that case, MSQ. No, your whim, your responsibility. You're getting not another thimble of ether out of me. The way he scrimps sometimes, you'd think he wasn't a nigh-bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe, but perhaps you can assist. Come, let us search for the requisite material. Yes, these creatures should suffice. Etheric rope. I want you to use it to capture, shall we say, 2 Petaludi. There are 3 species here, I believe. Any 2 different kinds should serve. Now, I should mention that the strength of the rope is tied, no pun intended, to the strength of its user. But your ether is still thin compared to ours. You'll need to weaken the Petaludas first. Good luck. Oh, I wasn't supposed to kill it, huh? enough. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I figured it would just, like, stop letting me attack it. Caught the Petaludi? Come, come, let us see. Yes, he's fine, fellows. We'll do nicely. And now for a spot of reversion. There, it's ready. Nothing fancy, but then we're trying not to stand out. Try it on for size. You turn living beings into clothing, just like that. Won't someone be angry with us for using those creatures? Oh, it's fine. There's no one around to tell us off, and besides, we can always make more Petaludi. They need only a tiny amount of ether. May take some effort to get the form and composition right, but anyone familiar with the concept should be able to manage. Well and good to disguise and educate it, but it won't fool anyone who can see worth a damn. Fair point, but at the very least it should spare you unwanted attention from casual observers. Mitselk speaks true. Even dressed like us, your unusual nature will be plain to those who think to look. If someone question your presence, don't make up excuses, much less try to explain what you actually are. No, best simply say that you're a familiar. The question is whose? Ah, of course, Azim's. You say you belong to her, people will give you the benefit of the doubt for any and all outlandish behavior. Exploiting our associate's absence. For lack of her presence, absolutely. Were she here, she'd have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it. With that, your story is settled. Let us continue with our errand. Level 86, Petaluda hunt complete. I'm supposed to put the robes on? Or is it just office right on? Level 86, in search of Hermes. Hithlodius is ready to continue on if you are. You are ready? Let us continue along the path to Anagnorisis. The place serves as an observation hub and residence boat. Someone there should be able to point us in the direction of Hermes. Be sure not to get attacked. I meant like a level 1 gear. Yes, can I help you? We wish to speak with Chief Hermes. Do you know where we might find him? Well, now, by your mask, I assume you are one of the 14. I wasn't aware there was to be a visitation. Between you and us, it's something of a surprise. Your discretion in the matter would be appreciated. I see. My lips are sealed. Chief should be out conducting observations as usual. His focus of late has been aquatic creatures, so I expect you will find him at one of the pools here. Pools, you say? Many thanks and apologies for disrupting your work. Say, Hithlodius, while I've never met Hermes, you know him well, do you not? That being the case, couldn't you simply find him by his ether? Aye, that I could. As you know, Emmett Selk and I can discern the color of souls. By the same token, we can also see ether quite keenly and far from great distances. With this skill, I could readily locate Hermes, but I felt that it would be a waste of an opportunity. We're here to perform an assessment, after all. By searching the ordinary way, we stand to gain insight into Elpis and the man in charge of it. This is as much for your own enjoyment, like as not, but point taken. If you're going to accompany us, make yourself useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he has short, dark hair. So you know it's because we're in Elpis that we don't have our cowls up, a special exemption due to the need to be aware of dangerous creatures. Elsewhere, we do not exhibit our individuality. It's unseemly. This is all common sense, but I would not assume you possess any. Yeah, it's a rare treat indeed to be able to search for someone by their appearance, and I thank you for humoring me. Come, let's find our man. New Etherite. Find him first. Find him first. Go tune. They're probably going to run us right by here. There he is.
Ah, you are...
Oh. Different. You're different too. You and me. We're alike. Friends. I want to be... Wait. Please. Wait. Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts. May we please be friends? May we please be friends?
Ah, I see you found him.
Hythlodaeus. It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
You were of the convocation.
Emmett Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
You do. You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend? But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chance to... Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
Her name is Meteon. It means shooting star.
If I may make an observation, her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment. Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing. But rest assured that I will attend in person ere long.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I would discuss official matters. By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait to the main building yonder. I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
What's wrong, Hermes?
An amystoma is missing.
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
Look at that.
You're saying they can climb with their sorry excuses for limbs?
The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Metron created a sky-swimming fish. The ambystomas too can fly, if only slightly, and they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however... Excuse me.
I'll help too.
And what are we supposed to do with this lot?
May I suggest we split up? If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmett Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
All right. Seems Hermes and Meteon have found their quarry, a creature known in this age as an abystoma. Yet though it has been safely extricated from the tree, Hermes appears to have found himself in quite the predicament. The Abastoba. Hermes saw it high up in the tree. Climbed up to get it, but it jumped on him and he slipped. You need a hand? Everything is under control, I trust? Oh, yeah, he's hanging there. Yes, rest assured, this is nothing new to me. I've ended up in far more compromising positions in the course of my work. Now, for your own safety, please stand back. Ugh. Hermes, are you all right? Quite all right, yes. My apologies for making you worry, Meteon. Both you and Philosothio, you are called. An intriguing name, somehow reminiscent of a new creation. Thank you for coming after me. As for you, little one, you must be more careful. You may be able to fly, but it doesn't mean you cannot fall and hurt yourself. Oh no, I had forgotten all about its fellows. Truly, what a relief. I must thank him at Selk and Hithlodius when I return to them, but first, with the distractions out of the way. As Chief Overseer of Elpis, permit me to welcome you to our facility. I hope you will enjoy your time here. Level 86, In Search of Hermes. Complete.